this Abuja. Then tell me where we have been lawlessness. We follow law, we follow guideline, we follow rules. The issue of between us and the sun rising. Sun rising have been defeated in the court. We have two different judgments over the issue. We have two different court orders over the issue. Sun rising was part of that case. FCT minister, including the FCT self, are part of the case. And it is in view of that the former minister called for a meeting and resolved the matter. And all our documents that they had before, or they seized before, was returned back to us. The fresh new offer letter was issued to us. And all the payment that we ought to be paid, which if you calculate then it runs into a lot of money, was paid. So that cannot be as a result of dispute. If it is as a result of dispute, why did they not demolish the one of Sun Rising? That area is also in dispute. It's not only our side, because originally our land covers, including Sun Rising. It was verified that this their kind of jungle justice cut part of it and give to Sun Rising without revoking our own title. I know what it means. When the former title are not even revoked, how will you give another one? That is what Mohammed, the past minister, look at and see that it is improper to them to still hold this land. And he knocked up this settlement, and everything was done. They started reissuing all the necessary things that needed to be done, and everything, due process, was completely followed. It was when Wike came that these people now rushed to Wike again, trying to reopen the matter that has closed. Then we went for a meeting. Wike looked at it and said there is no issue here because already there is a court judgment. In view of the fact that there is court judgment on it, that he cannot do anything. Until his boys that are fronting for Sun Rising carry him to those sites. He looked at the side and said, that he will not allow this to be. How can an Igbo man take this? Which people is he calling Igbo man? My immediate junior brother that is part of this business is former House of Representatives in Abuja. He represents entire Abuja. He's a well-known businessman. How many estates do we have here? Can you count us? This is not the first time that we are getting lands, even a triple of these hectares. So what is this? So that cannot be. It's not issue of a matter of dispute. It's issue that Wike is interested in the land and he wants to use proxy the way they normally do in this country to take the land from the back door. But
that's an allegation.
No, quote me anywhere. I'm ready to defend whatever that I said. Anything I told you on this, please try to air it. Quote me anywhere, I can defend it. He said it now. If not, how will he say, how can all this land be given to Igbo man? What is the meaning? If it's not, Igbo man is not qualified to get, that means they want to take it. That is the meaning of it.
So, have you commenced action on remedies?
Already, there is very, very simple. The single couple that was damaged over this property will be paid by the government, including Wike. Anyone that we could not collect before the tenure ends, Wike will pay even after the tenure. Because this individual are supposed to be held responsible, even when they left government. Wike will pay, even if after the government. If we didn't collect all, it's better that he package and make sure everything is paid and this land released back. If not, if anyone that we couldn't collect now, when he come out from the government, he will still give us the balance. He will pay. And we are not going to do anything than to collect our money. But for payment, he will pay. Anyone he couldn't pay now, he will give us the remaining balance. Here is no reverse. He will pay.
Now, your properties have been demolished.
Yes.
Are you going to continue with the development?
the court said the court said that we should held on the property, that no one should do anything. But first of all, we are going to go for issue of the tampering and demolition of those property that we inherited. Then it's after that one, then we can now talk about how to move ahead. But no one can take that land from us. No one can take it away from us, because that shows that.
So just a quick reminder of that interview that Wike also granted. That you get to see that a madman is holding a political office far away from his normal terrain, where he's always been moving mad. Both Wike and Tinubu, this is a foreign terrain to them. Even though they will do everything to rechange the topography, to change the entire area to whatever they want it to be. But they are not going to be in that same government forever, are they? Now listen to where the Wike side, and you tell me, you see that man that you just heard now, this it didn't just happen, no. This was way back in April this year, when Wike started moving mad that way, ignoring court order, unable to revoke their certificate of occupancy, even though they initially tried to take the land in peace from them, all right? But finally was like, you know what, I'm just taking everything. Go and do your worst. Go and report me to whoever you want to report me to. Listen to this interview of Wike again, and you tell me what brought Anambra into this. Here.
Of all of them, they came with their lawyers, senior advocates. And I said, look, what is this? Company A presented their own. Company B presented their own view. Company C, Company D, Company E. I said, okay, I'm going to seek for advice from external solicitors. I'm not going to take from inside house, because the legal secretariat and the land department have been so compromised. So I saw the views of very senior lawyers. Two of them wrote to be different opinions, but arriving at the same thing. First of all, what happened? This land, this so-called ethnic Jugoist talk about, was allocated when there was no minister. The minister left May 29th, 2023. By June, the land had been allocated.
By
Director of Land.
No, but he said he got approvals from the former FCT minister.
If I tell you so many things, it is not as they, you see, these are the things they are clever by half. When we all met, it's okay. Company B, this, don't do anything again. Until we're able to take a final decision. Do you know what happened? These guys, thinking they're too smart, went on, started fencing, and then allocated the land to people to buy. How did I know? A lady came and said, look, Honorable Minister, I want you to advise me. There's a place I want to buy land. I said, where are you buying land? He said, so area. I said, hey, no, we're having problem with the pursuit. Don't. Another time the lady came back. It's a friend of mine, came back. So look, you're telling me, but people are buying buildings. Say what? Now I was going to commission the biggest water park at Sunrise. So I passed, it was the same area. I thought, what is going on? Then I commissioned the water park. And then, do you know that for me to commission that water park, it was a Friday. On a Thursday, this same company called Praco and their allies have gone to court, stopping me from commissioning the water park project. And align with the LCT lawyer. You see how fraudulent these guys can be? Unfortunately, they didn't get the injunction. I drove from that place, came back, and called the general counsel. Come, who is doing this case for FCT? He says an external lawyer. External lawyer? Call the external lawyer. Get us our file back. How can you go and compromise with a plaintiff against us? I mean, I've never seen people who are so fraudulent in life. What they do here, they sue you, they sue me as FC minister. I'm not aware of the suit.
Because he claimed that there are two subsisting court decisions.
Hold on. Look, you know these guys, they think we're PDP Anambra State. That is their job. They have court judgments in their pocket. These are people, that's how they keep PDP in Anambra State. They can produce court orders, judgments overnight. Of all of them. They came with their law.
What brought Anambra into it? Because Anambra is in the eastern part of Nigeria. And if you are the type who believes that the Igbos just want to take over everything, they want to dominate everybody, Wike is talking to you. Yeah. So that you too can say, yeah, it's true. That's all these Igbo people, they do. That's what they say they are a developer. Meanwhile, they just want to take over everywhere. They paid money. And the people in charge selling the land, approving it and the rest, collected the money, issued them documents. So another person came and felt like he needed the land. He didn't even tell everyone what he wants to use the land for. He just felt like, no, we need the land. How can I need land? Oh my God. Sorry about that. I just spilled my tea there. Sorry. How can an Igbo man come in and hold this whole thing? Yeah, we are wondering too, Honorable Minister. We are surprised that an Igbo man could get all of this. Now, so these Igbo people, they do. Take it from them. Let them go back to Anambra. Go and buy your land from Anambra. If to say, can they sell the same land to a Yoruba man in Anambra? Can they sell a land to a Hausa man in Igbo land? Collect it. That's what Nigeria is. That's why we're here to bring in Anambra into it. But what would it be the excuse? The excuse for the ones of the Julius Baja is that where did this land? Yeah. This is for the Julius Baja. This one is just a few days ago.
When we were looking for where we get such a land to build, and I was driving around looking for empty land, and I got here, I saw this big land. I saw the big post, Julius Baja. So I didn't talk. I called the director of lands. Who owns that land? They said, Julius Baja. When was it allocated? They said about 15, 20 years ago. 15, 20 years ago, nothing has been done. I didn't bother. So I invited the MD, Julius Baja, to come. He came and we had dinner. I didn't talk about the land. So the next day, he was in the office. And he saw the revocation letter as a matter of public interest. So he called me. But I had dinner with you. I said, yes, we had dinner. We didn't discuss about land. But the point is that what we're doing is that how would government allocate land for more than 20 years for organizations to develop, and they're not able to develop it? I thank God they did not develop it. And now we're able to have it. If not, you wouldn't have had this land for us to think about constructing of this. When we're looking for
judges. That is the kind of people in charge of decision making in Nigeria. Thank God they did not develop it. Because if not, how can we now have land to build judges' quarters, judges' houses? So what development is judges' house or houses will bring to Nigeria? What? Can you tell me what value is building houses for judges who had to Nigeria? When you take land that were duly paid for, documented from businessmen or businesses, organizations, what value do you think houses for judges will add to Nigeria in this time, in this day and time? Nigeria to finish. And it is a country where they are looking for investors. All right? And in this day and time, where everything is online, the world is watching. So when Tinubu and his gang, when they are done with Nigeria, now go to beg, make them break up this contraption. El Rufaya's son, well, I mean, is a chairman of a committee. I think the committee on the finance or something, I don't know. So he had an encounter with Dobi Oduduwa Emefiole and the House of Representatives this past week as well. And to his face, he had this on record.
Mr. Governor, under your one-year stewardship, the CBN has implemented a series of groundbreaking measures aimed at enhancing market transparency, improving financial stability, fostering a more secure investment environment, and shifting towards a market-driven exchange rate regime to restore confidence and stabilize the economy. However, while your intentions have been very clear, the reality we face continues to paint a bleak picture. Nigeria's economic situation continues to deteriorate, and I believe we are all collectively responsible for this, and we must do something collectively. As key regulators, your institution, the CBN, bears a significant part of that responsibility, as I stated. We are all aware of the challenges, so I will not reiterate them for too long, but I feel compelled to emphasize a few key points. Recently, the monetary policy rate was rated a record high 27.25%, yet inflation has stubbornly remained at an alarming rate of 27%, one of the highest in nearly 2 decades. The cost of borrowing has skyrocketed, making credit inaccessible for most Nigerians and businesses, further stifling economic growth. There appears to be no balance between monetary tightening and growth stimulation. On exchange rates, I must commend the CBN on the unification of the foreign exchange market, enhancing liquidity and reducing market distortions, clearing a $7 billion backlog of valid forex, reducing forex volatility, and increasing our external reserves significantly. I sincerely commend you for all of this, Mr. Governor, and your team, and this is on the record. Commendations. Yet, the unpalatable reality, the Naira has depreciated to around 1,500 Naira to the US dollar. For a country that relies on imports, this exchange rate crisis is not just an inconvenience, it is devastating.
Like father, like son. In one breath, he's talking about the increase in foreign reserve of Nigeria, and then appreciating Kadobi for stabilizing the exchange rate market. Then in another breath, in the same place, all right, in another breath, he's talking about the depreciated the Naira, right? The economic downturn and all of that. So there is more, or probably I'll bring it more later anyway. But the point there is this. You are living in what is called voodoo economy. voodoo economy is the one that, on the one hand, they will make you think there's some progress, but you can't see it now. Okay, we are suffering. We are like really struggling. Yeah, we know. But the thing here is this: your struggle and your suffering could have been more. All right, if not because of our moves, if not because of what we are doing, So that is why you can't see the progress. But there is progress. You say, what are you talking about? I say, well, give it time. Say, what time? I say, oh, you are angry. You are angry. You are just enemy of Nigeria. You are enemy of this government. So there's nothing we do that you understand. But don't worry, give it time. In another 10 years, you are going to appreciate us. When we are all dead. See, I told you, I said you are angry. That's why you are angry. They are cooking the book to tell you that your situation is better. Yeah, things are tough. We know. Do you know how much money that we have spent to clear the backlog? We mentioned $7 billion. Tinubu did not pay any $7 billion to clear any backlog of forex backlog of all this airline. Oh, that's a lie that they continue to repeat and repeat. It's a lie. They never paid anything like that. You know, I don't know how you feel when somebody lies to you, Sha, but it makes me kind of angry when people lie to me or someone lied to me and continue to lie to me. You know, there's a difference between you being lied to and you are not really, probably you're not aware. I mean, you are already aware that they are lying to you. The liar continue to repeat the lie. And you're like, are you mad? This is not true. I say, no, let me tell you, listen. They repeat the lie. I'm like, that's what you just said. I said it's a lie. You're repeating it. Listen. Let me explain it to you. They lie again. They repeat the lie. And you're like, God damn it. It kind of makes me so kind of really mad. You know, that one that you feel like I want to kind of like package 500 or 5,000 like this and just launch it into your cheekbone like that and say, I take this 500, take another 500. Give them five. You know, they told you that the foreign reserve of Nigeria is now 37 billion, which means Tinubu has added about $4 billion to the foreign reserve. And then we asked them, where did you make that money from? Where? At least you must make the money from somewhere. You don't just manufacture the money, do you? No, you don't. You just have to make it from somewhere. They depleted the foreign reserve, then cooked the book. If you ask them that, how much, they will say Nigeria has increased the crude oil production. Yeah, the Nigerian crude oil production has increased now to what? To 1.35 million per day. Oh, that's good. Can you tell us how much you kind of make from the same crude oil sale? Can you tell us how much you're making daily? No, don't ask that kind of question. Okay, that kind of question is, are you mad? We know how much is the barrel of crude oil, right? If Nigeria is Nigeria is producing 1.35 million barrel of crude oil every day, we can be able to do the math and say, okay, this must be how much you are making. So where is the money? Where is that money? Show us the money. Because it's a lie. It's so unfortunate though. But they said Tinubu is planning to reshuffle his cabinet this week. For those who have been waiting, they believe that the problem is the cabinet, not that the criminals who have no real agenda than to impoverish you from generation to generation. Here is Bulaba, Dani Bulaba, that former Atiku spokesperson that is now trying to replace Akuri Nigalailai. Bulaba.
In this scenario, or in this real case scenario, I stand with the Department of State Services. And I must say that with the current leadership of the Department of State Services, we are seeing a shift from the status quo of having to bully anybody or organization that tend to poke in their eyes, you know. What SERAP is doing, like every other human rights group, most often than not, they do is that they try to bait the law enforcement into coming for them. So they can then cry out to the world and say they are being persecuted. And you know that most of these civil society organizations...
That's a gross simplification of what is clearly evident to a lot of people, that Nigerian authorities, particularly Nigerian security authorities, have had a history of systematically clamping down on civil society and to a large extent journalists as well. I mean, that's a known fact.
It's not a known fact, it's your opinion.
No,
because
it's not
I have
my
a
opinion,
counter.
it's a fact.
Okay, so let me tell you something about the SERAP, for example. The claim by SERAP has not been substantiated.